Hello, hello.
Greetings. Happy Monday. We are Roger and Renee. You are on our page, YouTube or Facebook. Today we're going to talk about.
Well, the one thing, sorry, the one thing the two percenters do you do it too?
Yeah.
Let's find out.
We wanted to share this because, well, first of all, you had a question, which is who are the 2%?
Firstly, let's define what a two percenters mean.
Yeah.
Um, what do we mean by two percenters? Two percenters are the 2% of people who are successful, very, very successful in business or some kind of venture that they're doing.
Mhm.
So, do you do this one thing that they do?
Yeah.
Let's find out.
So any area, right? So we can think of what's Mother Teresa as a 2%er, right? Or Gandhi or whoever, like the prominent ones that impacted the world so much, right? So 2%ers, not just in business.
The ones who stand out.
Yeah, yeah. And what makes them do that, right? But before we go there, we want to share why we are really passionate about this specific topic. So as you guys may already know, we were employees before, right? The whole 9 to 5 thing, and then we were in so much debt prior to starting our online business venture. And then now, contrast that to now, where we don't have a boss, right? And we work from home or from wherever, and we really do take care of our affairs based on what is suitable for us, for our family goals, couple goals. So it's a very freeing side of life now, right? But having experienced both sides, it saddens us to hear people literally talk themselves out of a better life, better quality of life, better bank account, because they do what 98%ers do, right? So we're not tooting our own horns and saying we're 2%ers. I don't know, right? But what we do know is that we are running as far and as fast from being a 98%er, because we know now, right?
Because we're also babies in the business.
I think so.
Right?
We're
We're
not
still
really.
going.
Yeah.
But this is a start.
Yeah. So one of the things that we hear from 98%ers, why people get stuck, is because they are so scared of change, right? Which is so ironic, because the only thing that you can really depend on this earth, one is taxes, two is dying, and three is change, right?
Sure
So
enough.
so but they're so scared of that, man. And it doesn't really matter if it's positive change or negative change. Change is just scary. That's what they're not open to that at all. Or they don't think that they can really adapt or really teach their brains to grow, and people, for you guys who are listening to this and you are scared, that's cool, because we all got to start somewhere. I was scared, he wasn't, right? So
Once upon a time, I was, though.
right, but that's the thing. That's the thing, is that you start there, but you don't
Right.
stay there.
Once upon a time, right?
So you start off scared, but then you actually have to tell yourself, you know what? Yeah, it's scary. It's true. It's scary because it's a change, but I can handle it. I can deal with it, right? But 98%ers don't get to that part where they talk to themselves and be like, you know what? It's okay. You can do this. So that's one thing. They're scared of change. They're focused on the excuses. It's like, I have 20,000 in debt. I can't start a business. What? We were 74,000 in debt.
Repeat that one more time. 74.
Yeah. And so 98%ers do this. They look at the situation and they go, this is why I cannot, right? For us, moving away from the 98% now, for us, we looked at our situation and we're like, this is why we need to do it. $74,000. How could we pay that with 2 good jobs, paycheck to paycheck, no savings? How? I didn't want to pay like the minimums forever. That's not living, right? You're a slave. I mean, you're a slave to the
To
lender
the lender.
all the time. So no, something's got to change.
Mhm.
What's another excuse? I'm so shy. I'm shy
Shy.
to do a business or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, if that's the only cost to level up your family life, you'll actually look at that and go, you know what, I'm gonna be willing to pay that. If you know the other side to it, okay, so this is the shy part, right? And that's what you get. But if you move out of being shy, this is what you get, right?
Mhm.
So people don't have that foresight, right? Or they just refuse to see it because they're too scared. So they can't see anything else.
Mhm.
In terms of what, do you have something?
Comfortable. Another thing that
Mm.
98 comfortable in what's being done already, what's happening right now.
Yeah.
To move away, too comfortable to move away from it. So comfort, in this case, comfort is the killer. Can be the killer, right?
Yeah, it's true. Miles Monroe said, "What you tolerate, you will never change."
Right.
And a lot of us, when I was in the trenches myself, I loved complaining. Oh my gosh, I loved complaining about how the manager did this and the coworker did this and all that stuff, right? But wasn't willing to change anything.
Mhm.
So that means I was tolerating it every single day. I just complained, not really changed anything. And then the other thing too is that 98 percenters, they look at the risk and that's all they see.
Mhm.
They cannot see the reward past the risk, right?
Mhm.
So I think we gave you some examples of what 98 percenters do.
Yeah.
Now we're going to talk about the actual topic, which is what. So 2 percenters do a whole lot of stuff, okay, to succeed. Obviously, hard work, commitment, whatever. The one thing that we're going to talk about is like high up there though, which probably drives everything else. And the one thing is called
Very likely drives everything else because
Yeah.
yeah.
So one thing they do is that they just make a decision. That's what they do. They make a decision. Because what happens is somebody wants to lose weight, for example, right? And then they go, oh man, can't exercise this week because family's over from the States, you know,
Eh.
or can't eat well this weekend because it's my mom's 35th year anniversary or wedding anniversary, whatever,
Okay.
right? They're always controlled by outward circumstances, not by their inward decision,
Mhm.
right? Same thing with business. We hear this all the time. Renee, I really love the business opportunity. I just can't get past the fact that I don't know if I'm gonna succeed in it, right? After you've seen all the systems and all that, I don't know when I'm gonna make money. Like, is it gonna be 3 months? Is it gonna be 6 years? I don't know.
Mhm.
And to that, I always say, well, you decide that. That's in your hands, right? If you want to be making $10,000 per month extra passive income within a year, you do everything in your might to get there.
Yeah, it's not up to your boss. It's not up to your supervisor. It's not up to your
Coach.
anybody coach. It's not up to anybody. You gotta make that decision to do it.
To get there, because
Yeah.
guess what? You went to school. I went to school.
Mhm.
And I made the decision. I said, okay, I'm going to start nursing, paid 30,000 Canadian dollars. And I said to myself, I'm not going to be paid for the next 4 years. And that's okay,
Mhm.
to get a job at the end. Right. But there was no guarantee. There was no guarantee that I was going to be a nurse after 4 years, after the $30,000, after all the all-nighters. There was no guarantee. It was up to me to pass the test. Right? And I said to myself, I've invested this much. I cannot fail.
Mhm.
I have to pass the first try. So I don't know why people don't have the same, they don't apply the same tenacity when they're working on a business or a health goal.
Mhm.
Um, it's always like, well, this happened, so that's why I quit. Right? Like, well, okay, that's your story. This happened, I got whatever the case may be, so that's why I stopped. Right? If you decide, like for us, we said, Lord, I think we're gonna go bankrupt if this business doesn't work. This was 2019 September, so we gave ourselves 1 year. We really went hard, so hard. We're like, if this doesn't work, we don't know. We just don't know.
There was no plan.
There was no plan B.
Plan B, no plan 1A, 2A, nothing like that.
There's
Yeah.
no security net.
No.
That was it. So we
Yeah.
made that decision. And guess what? In 11 months, we started seeing 5-figure months. In 11 months. Because we didn't give ourselves another option to like put our feet up and stuff. We encountered problems along the way, mostly from my end because I didn't want to be on camera and I was shy and all that stuff. But you do it anyway. You don't let that stuff derail you because you've made a decision. No matter what, I'm gonna pass that test no matter what. Right? So people go, I don't know if I'm gonna see that money. Well, that's you ensure that you will see that money. Right? Or you ensure that you lose those 30 pounds at the end of the year.
Mhm.
So make a decision. What area in your life, if you're watching this right now or on replay, what area in your life are you trying to be better? Okay. Moving towards being the top 2%, right? Is it your health? Is it wealth? Is it your time, spending quality time with your kids, whatever the case may be?
Mm.
What area is that? And have you like made a decision in with regards to that area, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. What else do you have?
Because it's really important. Leave the comment. We'd really love to know. Leave a comment and let us know what those things are.
Like, I don't know if this makes sense even, but in my head, it makes perfect sense. This is why people don't succeed, because they don't give themselves the chance to. They don't decide for themselves that they want to succeed. They want to pin it on everyone else and everything else around them, but not on themselves. They don't want to bet on themselves.
And even, let's say, not even say chance, because that's all open. Like, give yourself I don't know. I don't want to say hand up either. It's more of a opportunity, because when you have an opportunity, you can know it's wide open for you to make the decision to and how you want to treat it, right? So give yourself that thing to make your decision and move up and move forward. 100%. It's
Yeah. You know when they say don't
it can
burn.
change many things.
Yeah. When they say don't burn any bridges, this is a good time
Don't
to
burn any
burn bridges.
Yeah. Yeah.
In this way, right? Like,
Yeah.
you have no other bridge to cross over. This is the only thing that you have to cross. And you're going to cross it by hook or by crook. You're going to do it, right? I think if you think of stuff like that, you'll be much farther off. I'm not going to say, oh, you're going to be 2%er in 2 years, but you're going to be so much farther from where you started if you start having that mindset.
Yeah.
Right? Hi, Fatima. Fatima says inspiring. Yeah, because I look at people who are successful, right? And it's not like they don't have bad days. Like, everybody has bad days. As long as you have a pulse, you will have a bad day, right? As long as you're on earth, you will have a bad day. So that's Jeff Bezos, for example. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if the first 10 years that he was working on his Amazon little store, Amazon, he was losing money year after year, right? But guess what? He already made a decision, even as he was losing money, that he was gonna make it through. And guess what?
Yeah.
You know?
Persevere, right?
Yeah.
Little decisions. And it's all in the little ones, the little decisions that build up to the big thing. So definitely do that today. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to change your life, your family's life, those who your friends, possibly acquaintances. You never know who that could touch in a positive way. So
And you, once you start on this path too, you have to give yourself grace, because you're not going to get this 100%
right away.
correct
Yeah.
in 100% of the areas that you're trying to cover, right?
Yeah.
So for myself, I still haven't made the decision to be really fit and toned, because I cannot let go of my cakes yet. But I'm going to get there. So, you know, the moment I make that decision, you will see me toned.
Right.
But until then, you know, we're gonna cut back on some stuff.
We're gonna make a decision to start a sport, this one sport, and then we'll propel into that.
Let's see. Yeah, there are, and there's another
Yeah.
thing. There are so many ways to get to make sure that you keep your decision. There's so many ways to do it. It's
Yeah.
not just one path, right?
Yeah.
So many ways to make sure that you're committed. But anyway, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the other side of me. But yeah. So are you doing? You have to make a decision, y'all.
Mhm.
If you want a vacation home in Nigeria, in the Philippines, within 3 years' time, what do you need to do to ensure that you have that cash, so that you can have that for the generations of your family to come,
Mhm.
right? What do you need to do? And don't take no for an answer, right? And that's how you're going to get there.
Done deal.
That's how you're going to have the vacation home in 3 years. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's it for us. Sorry, we're going to pick up the kids.
Okay. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks,
Bye.
Fatima, for watching.
Yeah, thanks,
Thanks,
Fatima.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.